Hi there! In this three-part series, we've joined up with our friends Chris and Emily to head into British Columbia's interior in search of fruit.
In episode 3, we have burritos on the beach, camp beside Canada's warmest lake, take a dip in a refreshingly cold river, stop at a cidery, and then finally get some fruit.
After our stay in Burnell, we headed south to the town of Osoyoos and found a really cool parking spot.
We just arrived at Haynes Point Provincial Park, and we're kind of in a unique parking spot here. We're in the RV Overflow Parking. So you can see it's basically just on the side of the road, but we've positioned so we can open our slide towards the lake, and I think this is going to do great just for a night. We went downtown in search of food and found a nice park to eat it in too. How does it look?
Looks really nice. And they've packaged it well so that your chips don't go soggy. Very thoughtful. Looks delicious.
Well, this is looking good. We're going to dig in. Did you know Osoyoos Lake is Canada's warmest freshwater lake?
I didn't.
According to the internet, the lake temperature is either 28 degrees or 22 degrees. The more reliable source says 28, so we're going to check it out for ourselves. Never believe what you see on the internet. All right, we're going to determine which source was right about the temperature. We're getting a lot of wake, and we've got wet shorts. I'd say it's about 25. Reading about 25, 26.
After lunch, we drove up to a viewpoint.
We're at a viewpoint overlooking Osoyoos and Osoyoos Lake. It's very beautiful, but it's extremely hot, so I think I'm going to get back in the air-conditioned truck, just like Mel. And we were a bit disappointed by the spotted lake that didn't look very spotted.
It was hot, so our lakeside camping spot was perfect.
So this is our nice little beachfront property in the Overflow Parking area. It's not a bad campsite, really. Got this nice open beach. Your trailer is right there. Can't complain.
Good morning. This is the Fruit Loop trip update. We got to spend the night in Haynes Point Provincial Park. However, yesterday, about 50 kilometers north of us in an area called Okanagan Falls, there was a wildfire that started, and it very, very quickly got up to over 500 hectares. We were able to see the big smoke plume, and of course, with the wind shift, all that smoke is blowing over and settling here in the valley. And the wildfire situation going north on this loop trip that we had planned is just getting progressively worse as we go. So we are now going to backtrack back through Karamias, Princeton, Manning. We're not sure where exactly we're going to end up for tonight. There's also a bit of a heat wave that started. Yesterday it got to about 36 degrees here. It was just a little too warm for my liking, and a little too warm for Benny. We are going to pack up this morning. The crew, they're all getting into the water right now, and for a little swim, and then we're gonna pack up and move on.
As we headed west in search of clearer air, we finally found some fruit.
We even found some fruit converted into convenient cider form.
We stopped here at Twisted Hills Cider on our way here, and now we were here again because it is so good, we need to get another bottle. We continued westward looking for a place to stay and found a beautiful spot at the old Headley West wreck site.
Something West.
We're at the Something West wreck site.
Yep.
We're just heading down to the river for a little dip. There's some big rapids, but there's also some calm pools that we can go in.
They're not big rapids.
Huge rapids.
They're not big.
We're not doing the rapids today. So someone's made a nice little kiddie pool here too. You gonna try the kiddie pool?
Yep.
As usual, we need to find out the temperature of the water. Air temperature is 35 degrees. Kiddie pool temperature feels cool on my legs. I'm going to take a guess here. Probably 22 to 23 degrees Celsius. 21 degrees Celsius. Time to dip. 35 degree air temperature, 21 degree water temperature. And this won't be a jumping because it's very shallow. I'm just going to sit. Ooh. Whoa! Oh. It's cold. It's refreshing though. This is a really cool section of the river where there's some nice calm parts, turns into big rapids. And I mean big, not like huge, but big enough. Nice view from up here. This part here, there's kind of a nice little calm pool, but if you go too far, you might be going for an unexpected ride. All right, it's Mel's turn to dip.
It's hot enough that I'm willing to get in, but I'm just walking through, I'm not sitting. Yeah, it's kind of like I was putting an ice cube on me earlier and it feels very similar. Very nice, cool down.
Mel's version of the dip is a little different than mine, but you know. As Mel mentioned earlier, we did not get to complete our fruit loop. We're here at the Old Headley West Recreation Site. It's really beautiful, but we're just heading back west towards home. There's so many fires around, we just couldn't get up the valley towards Penticton and Kelowna, so we're just gonna push that off to another trip. We're gonna head back towards home, head through Princeton, check that out again, and that'll be it.
Thanks for joining us. Next week, we fast forward in time to the present, where we finally get to continue our loop and visit the fruit and wine regions of Kelowna and Penticton.
Make sure you don't miss the next episode by liking, subscribing, and turning on those notifications. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one. And in the meantime,
keep on living the life you've imagined.
Whoa, don't fall. So, according to my feet, I think it's closer to 22 than it is to 28.
They don't look like they go for very long. It could be really fun.
It's a good thing we're all brushed up on our first aid.